Hi, thanks for joining in. Today I thought I'm gonna take you with me to do some orchids and plants chores in my kitchen cupboard where I've got most of my hot growing orchids. So I thought I'm just gonna water my orchids with you and just talk through every and each of them, and maybe just do a quick cleanup as well. So let me just turn around. Hopefully I'm not turning too fast, and hopefully you can see everything. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the top shelf. So here I have got Vanda Kalihi Beauty. I have watered her yesterday and the roots are still pretty green, so, and I can see some rotting as well, so we're gonna cut that off as well. Just grab my let's see if I can get to it without actually taking the whole plant out. Let me just do it that way. Move it a little bit lower. There we go. Okay. So obviously this Vanda is a recent acquisition, and the roots have to are customized to my environment and how I'm gonna grow her. So obviously there will be some dieback, and what I like to do, I like to check it over and just cut all the rotten ones, just so it doesn't spoil the media too much. There we go, and that's that. And I'm just gonna pop it back in. Okay. The reason I chose moss is because the cupboard is quite hot, and I found my Vanda is drying up pretty fast. So, okay, that's that. Okay, so that one is done. Here I've got my Anthurium pallidiflorum, well, cuttings, the top cuttings, because they became quite leggy. I don't know if it needs a little bit of, right. I might add a little bit of sphagnum moss on top. I do have a little bit here, and a little bit of water. I've got water with feed here already. There we go. Just a little bit, just to moisten it a bit, just to keep those little tiny roots inside growing. Now, and on to the next one. I'm gonna have to keep moving you up and down and up and down. Another plant and orchids. So like I said, I'm not only growing orchids in this cupboard, but I'm also growing other plants. So this is my euphorbia lactea, I think it's called, white ghost. I need to check if it needs any water. The pot feels quite heavy, so I'm just gonna leave it. I keep it, I water it when the pot is quite light, when it's completely dry, because obviously this is the cacti. It's growing quite nice, actually, I have to say. This is my main, the plant that I bought, and then I cut it, and then I created another plant, and I've got some offshoots going off this one as well. So this is basically my guinea pig stem, where I can just grow offshoots and cut them off and then plant them in the pot, sell some as well. I don't like the, obviously I don't like that bit that I cut on the top, so like I said, this is my guinea pig stem. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that really quickly. I'm of course gonna take you with me. I'll actually put that extra spare moss into in here, just to make sure that there's enough humidity in this pot for pallidiflorum. It looks really struggled. It looks really dehydrated as well, but it's got tiny little roots in the pots, which I don't want to really disturb at the moment. Now, next one is here. It's my Vanda tessellata alba, and it does need, the roots are pretty dry, so I'm gonna water it very, very fast. So I'm gonna just remove that here. I'm not very organized. I'm gonna water it under this water. I'll use the tap water. So I'm gonna water it here, just a really quick flash of water, and then I'm gonna add some feed to it. And I know it's counterproductive to saturate the roots with water and then providing the feed when the roots cannot take any water, but I'm not saturating the roots. I'm just giving it a quick drink, and then I'm gonna add the feed. I really have to invest in one of those watering cans, because this one is pretty uncomfortable. There we go. And that's that. And I'll put it back in this pot. And there we go. And as I'm here and I have emptied almost my whole shelf, I will give it a quick wipe. I can't talk. I've not had my breakfast yet, and I've not had my coffee yet. And also this one, okay, so what's this? This is Vanda costylis thainoi. So I think that's one of the parents of Rhynchorides bancoxanthus, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna give it a quick. I hope it's not as fussy. I found Rhynchorides bancoxanthus to be very fussy. It needs a lot of humidity, a lot of moisture, a lot of heat. There we go. And this one is Sweet Nara something. I'm really bad with names. It has beautiful green flowers and a magenta lip. I'm not sure if this is flowering size. I don't think it's a flowering size. What's that? That's just a little spot. Is it fungal? No. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that to drain. And now my little Hoya, Hushkaliana variegata. Always, with my Hoyas, I am really, really bad. Actually, this one is quite moist still. With my Hoyas, I'm really bad. This is my cupboard. I think everyone has got in the kitchen that one cupboard that's really messy, and this is mine. I'm just gonna grab, oh crikey, cleaner. I should be really well organized. So I'm just gonna spray and give it a quick wipe. What I found is, you know, keeping your plants and growing spaces clean, it helps prevent all the pests, you know, keep on top of them. Okay, so that's that. And I'll put all my plants back on the shelf. So I'm hoping I'm not turning too fast. With Vanda tessellatas, I find they always grow crooked, for me anyway. No matter how I place them, oh my goodness, I think I'm just spinning around and just, okay, no matter how I place them, I'm gonna try and spin quite slow. Right, and this. Put it back in its place. There we go. Oops. I should really put them on some sort of trays because they're gonna drip on my... I'm gonna leave them here for now, just so they can put them on the I'm making a mess. I'm gonna put them on kitchen cloth, just so it kind of soaks up that excess water from the pot, because I haven't got any outside covers for those, and I don't want to put them directly on that wood because it's gonna make it swell. Okay, so that is one shelf done. I'm gonna check on my Tolumnias. Don't think they need watering that much. Most of them Here we go. Most of them are pretty moist. I might check this one because that one is growing in bark and that one looks quite dry, but it's not really. I might add it, I might water it already. With tolumnias, they do not like to dry out. Once you get to the point where they're crispy dry, you're risking basically losing all the roots. Here. Okay, a little bit of that feed. What I've got in this water is orchid focus feed, but it's very diluted, obviously, with any fertilizer, orchid fertilizer, unless you were really feeding Vandas. I like to dilute my fertilizer because it can burn the root. There's always a chance that the root's gonna get burned. There we go. And that will be left to drain, but that one has got a little tray, so I can place it straight on the tray. Has it got tray? No, it hasn't got tray. Right, that's gonna be left here. Okay, I'm not going to move all the tolumnias just to wipe their shelf. I'm just gonna move to the ones that I need watering, and if I have to empty the whole shelf, then I'm gonna move them. Okay, so my rambling doesn't really make any sense, but hey ho. Okay. So this is Anthurium veitchii, and I have had a beautiful mature plant. I got it, I think, in 2018 as a seedling, and then I grew it just before all the craze, houseplant craze, and I grew it, and it was stunning, and then I got bored of it, and I sold it for almost next to nothing, and then I decided that I would like to have it back again in my collection. I didn't realize how expensive mature plants are. I thought that the prices of Anthurium veitchii has gone down, but clearly they didn't. If I have known, I would have definitely not got rid of this one. This is my Phalaenopsis schilleriana. It's a seedling, and it has got a bit of a water in the crown. And I'm just checking, it's pretty moist. It sits in the mixture of bark and sphagnum moss, which already is, you can tell, it's very green. It's covered in algae. But I will leave this one because this one doesn't need any watering. I think I watered it recently. I need to clean up this because it really annoys me. This GoPro thing is not, I thought it's gonna be a good idea, but I'm not used to recording with a GoPro camera. I use the GoPro camera on my walks with the dog because I had a few instances when my dog was attacked by a friendly off-lead dogs. And because he's a big dog, when he decides to retaliate or, unprotect himself, then it doesn't look good, even though he was attacked originally by other dogs. So for the legal purposes, I do carry my GoPro with me. Okay, what I'm watering now is Orchostylis MS Sunlight. I have seen it on one of the channels. I don't remember the name. I think it was the Orchid Room channel. And the lady that was growing this managed to flower it, and the fragrance she described, it was almost as good, sounded almost as good as, I know the fragrance doesn't sound, but the description sounded almost as good as Orchids coolesciana. And at that point I was looking for Orchids coolesciana because I lost mine. And I thought, wow, if I can't have Orchids coolesciana, I will have the next best thing. Right, so what I've got here, this is my Orchids forcata. I don't like the way it grows because it kind of grows quite floppy no matter how you water it and stuff. The leaves always looks quite floppy. So I don't like the way it grows. But I've seen the flowers and they are absolutely stunning. And I think just for those flowers, I will keep this orchid. I've never flowered it myself, and I've never smelled the fragrance. But apparently it's quite similar to Fullesciana, and flowers are very similar as well, just lighter in color, just paler. So we'll see. Right, so I've watered this one, and I'm gonna, what is this? That Vanda is Vanda Brunea. And again, this Vanda has got flowers similar to shape with Vanda denisoniana, but the color is brown. And I think sometimes maybe that Vanda Brunea is mistaken for Vanda denisoniana brown, even though they're completely two different species. Right, so those two are watered, so I need to fill up my watering container. I really do need to invest in, and I'm just basically eyeballing the measurements. There we go. And a little bit of fertilizer here. A little bit there. I'm not sure if I did it. Yeah, I did. Fertilize the BJ. Okay, so I'm just rambling. I'm really rambling. I've not had my breakfast yet. I really need a coffee. Okay, so I'm gonna put the here for now, and I'm gonna grab another one. Now this one, and I think that needs repotting really. That is my Angrecum magdalenia. I think that needs repotting really. Let me just quickly check, because the roots are crazy and the container is quite small. However, I'm scared of touching it because Angrecums are known to have very sensitive roots. I might leave it for now. I'm just gonna leave it till it's desperate for repotting, and the roots are literally popping out of the pot. Now this one is Vanda denisoniana Prapan crossed with Attorney. So this one's meant to be nicely yellow, orangey Vanda denisoniana. So what I'm just trying to kind of, this is my quick way of watering Vandas, by the way. Once a week I do soak them properly in the bucket of water with feed. But this way is just literally a quick way of giving them a quick drink. Now I grow my Vandas potted, and they grow in lava rocks. Most of them Vandas. So that one, for example, is got lava rocks and a level of dressing of top dressing of sphagnum moss. Some of them are grown in bark. However, what I've noticed is that Vandas don't really like bark, but they do really well if you put them in a lava rock. So I've got a few Vandas in bark, and I'm really considering of changing them into a lava rock. Now, that's my little Hoya. No, that one is still wet. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move that Hoya, and then I'm gonna just give shelf a quick wipe. What do I have here? Christ. Right, okay. Now, excuse my feet. With my chipped nice nail polish. There we go. I have been working quite a lot lately, and I do quite a lot of night shifts as well. So I think, and I'm really tired after night shift. It does take me a long time to recover. So unfortunately, chipped nail polish is the last thing on my mind when I've got a family and plants and orchids to take care of. There we go. I'm gonna put those back in. Just gonna move a little bit up. There we go. Vanda avocado. Honestly, I'll see if I can prop that leaf. I need to loosen this up. If I can prop that leaf a little bit so it doesn't. No, it's just the way it grows. It kind of grows kind of loop, but hey, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so there we go. That's my Angraecum and my gorgeous Phalaenopsis schilleriana, and I cannot wait for it to bloom. Apparently they can bloom from quite small plants, so I'm hoping that's the case. Now I'm gonna put those ones. I think they already managed to kind of soak up to some water. So that is my Pallidiflorum. It does look like it's just about to die, but it's not. I assure you. It will bounce back. I have chopped them off, but they beheaded this plant a few times now, and it did throw a fit every single time, but then eventually bounced back. I love my little Tolumnias. I was never all about Tolumnias. However, I think I seen a photo on the Facebook of someone posting Tolumnia mocha dots in bloom, and oh my god, that was the most cutest and the most gorgeous looking Tolumnia I've ever seen. And I thought, no, I need to go into Tolumnias, and obviously I bought one or two, and then because I have got absolutely no self-control, and I think that's due to my ADHD, I bought more and more and more and more, and I ended up with a whole bunch, you know. Right, so I've done this. Now I'm gonna do this hanging Vanda here. Now this is Vanda that I got from Thailand. Now this Vanda, and now I've got a little Brassavola cordata attached to it as well. Now this Vanda was advertised as Vanda Mimi Palmercrofts crossed with Vanda, I think, tessellata. However, the flowers looked nothing like that cross. It looked more like the flowers are yellow with magenta lip, but like intense yellow, almost orange. I want to say, not really yellow. And I thought, I know this is wrong ID, but I couldn't resist the flowers, and I have got it. Expensive purchase, I have to say. It does grow a little bit to the side. Well, it's kind of bowing, but I might put it maybe in the office and see if it's gonna hang it like towards the light, because I think I've got too many lights in the cupboard, and it's too hot, that water. I've got too many lights in the cupboard, I think, and orchids kind of grow in all different directions, not in just one direction. I'm gonna give it a quick feed. See a little bit open. That's my little moss, which I'm trying to grow, but I haven't got the best results of growing Spanish moss, unfortunately. It kind of proved to be a little bit difficult for me. I don't know why, maybe because I'm just forgetting to water it sometimes, maybe because it's too hot for it. It just does look like it's a bit dying here on the top, but then again the bottom is wet, I don't know. Anyway, I plucked it with this Vanda, and hopefully it's going to, I'm gonna place it that way, so it maybe straightens out to, there we go, towards the light, don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna see how it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna go on my knees now and get to my lowest shelf. Now I've got, the shelf is just a mixture of everything. I've got some Synapsus here. It's in a water, so it doesn't need watering, obviously. I've got Alocasia Frydek, the variegated one, it's a baby. I used to have a huge Frydek, huge, not variegated one, but it was absolutely huge. And well, I put it outside in the summer and I burned it to a crisp. Now here I've got my little new Finchia Focata. Of course, I don't remember the name, of course, but it was beautiful when it was in its prime glory, prime health. It's meant to have two different colored flowers, so the flowers meant to come out, I think, yellow and then change into white. So it looks beautiful on the flower spike when you've got two different colors. I managed to kill the whole plant, and I just literally managed to get this little tiny growth. And well, it's been that tiny for about 2 years now. It has got one root, and it can't decide whether he wants to die, or she wants to die, or she wants to leave. And here in this little humidity chamber, which is it's a little container for tarantulas when I used to keep tarantulas. I have got Tolumnia sylvestris. Now I don't know if it was a good idea to put it. Well, obviously it has to grow. It has to grow on the mount, mainly because of its growth habit. So growth habit is, as you can see, one growth sends a little shoot, another growth, and it grows like that. So if you can see here, I'm just checking the camera. So this is the mature growth, and it kind of sends a shoot, and then there's another little tiny growth. You can't really pot this. I've never seen them potted anyway. They're all sending shoots actually. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna put that back in. I've never seen them potted, and I don't think you can pot them because there's no way you can contain those those growths. Now, oh, there we go. What annoys me is that it can't stay. I want it to face the light. There we go, that will be the best. Okay, what I've got on this one, this is my another alocasia, Zebrina reticulata, but this is a baby. I managed to get it. I don't know if it needs watering actually. I'm gonna check this now. I'll keep it here because I'm not sure. Need watering? No, it's still quite wet. It's got roots growing everywhere. Oh, this thing. And sorry, I forgot that the camera is on my chest, not on my head. So it's got roots growing literally everywhere out of this pot here, and it has got new growth as well. And you can see the tiny little pattern. And again, I used to have loads of alocasias. I used to collect them, and then I went through a stage because, like I said, I do suffer with ADHD, so I suffer with a hyperfocus fixation almost. I think that's what it calls. I don't know. I'm only just recently been diagnosed, where I fixate on a hobby and I get hundreds and hundreds of that items of the, you know, that interest me. Almost, I mean, getting into debt, and then I get bored of it and I get rid of it, and then I want to go back to it again, and it's just kind of crazy loop. So with orchids, I've been like growing orchids for I don't know how many years now, close to 10 years, and I have been collecting them and collecting, and I had beautiful crosses, and then I went through the bout of getting bored of them, and either I got rid of them or lost them due to pets, or binned them as well because they were ill. Right, I'm just rambling now, but this is gonna be a rambling video. If someone just, you know, is here to see all the structured and beautiful video, that's not the channel for you, because A, I do not know how to make videos, B, I'm very awkward, and C, I do like to ramble. Now, what I've got in front of me, I'm sorry, that is my dog barking. If you hear it in the distance, yes, the postman is here. Yep. Okay, so this is Vanda lamellata variety Okinawa. And those flowers have been, I think, opened now for, I think I want to say close to 2 months. They did change the color. They came out as white, but then they changed into a really kind of yellow. First like battery yellow, and then quite dark yellow color. Oh, it still smells gorgeous, and I want to keep it, but I think 2 months is enough. I don't like keep the flower spikes on my orchids for too long. Maybe it's not a good idea, but I do like to keep it maybe a month, 2 months, and then I would like to just give orchid a rest. Beautiful orchid, beautiful Vanda. Very easy to grow. Oh, and it's gone out the flower spike. Don't know if I can see that here. Here. Yep. Yeah, so that's a good idea that I've cut this part. No, yeah. Okay. So that was a good idea that I've cut this flower spike because it's got another one growing. Or is it the one that I've just cut? Wow, I do need a coffee. Wow, how on earth did I manage to get up this morning? Right, so again, just quick flash, and this is also good when you to give your orchid flash once a month or once every 2 months, just to flash all the fertilizers out. And obviously, when I'm lazy like I'm now today, I just flash my orchids. I don't soak them, but I do give them a soak once a week anyway, just to make sure that those roots are properly hydrated, because nothing will hydrate the roots like a proper good, I would say, couple of hours of soak in water. Just getting a bit warm. And how I water also my orchids, and I don't know if this is any relevant. That Vanda really needs cleaning. My goodness, it's dry. It's dusty. How I also water them, I water them with warm water. I never water them in, some people water in the water that's room temperature or cool water. I never do that. I water them in a warm water, sometimes very warm water. Because what I found is sometimes I think it activates the roots, that warm water. Don't know if that's true. I'm just rambling again. Okay, so what I'm watering now is Vanda Lawrencei. Orchids Lawrencei. I've not bloomed that one yet. It's going to have nice flowers. I think the pink flowers. That's enough. Probably wasting a lot of water doing so, but hey, I live in North Yorkshire and it rains here in a place where it rains every day. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna run out of water anytime soon. Now those leaves are quite dusty, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna just twist it around and I'm gonna try and get another cloth. There we go, and see if I can just wipe them really quickly. I'll take this out, I think. There we go. Okie dokie. Just give it a quick wipe. Reason being is dust covers the leaves and blocks it from receiving a proper sunlight. Well, not sunlight, proper light. And also, I don't know if there's any gas exchanges between the leaves. I grew up believing so. And also it wipes out any pests if you do have any pests. Kind of keeps them under control. So far, I've not had many pests, touch wood. I've not had spider mites, ever, touch wood. And also I'm gonna put that away. Just one more look on these Vanda flowers. Oh, gorgeous. I'm gonna miss them. Till next time. Yeah, so I've not had many pests. However, I did have trips. And obviously mealybugs. That's no, I think everyone has got mealybugs. So I've not had any, trips so far has been my biggest problem. However, what I found with trips is when it's in the summer, when it's really hot and quite clammy, there is a time in the summer, I think it's maybe June, July, I want to say, where literally they are everywhere. You find them on the windowsills. You can't open the window because your windowsill will be covered with black crawling thrips. You're bringing them on your clothes, and that's when I'm always staying vigilant, because that's how they come into your plants. By the way, I keep bringing this. This is Microsorum siamensis, I think. So it's a blue oil fern. So this is just like Microsorum thailandicum. However, this one has got, I don't know if you can see the blue hue on the leaves. I'll bend it. This one's got a lot thicker leaves. I'm trying to bring this to gram. I'm really not good with this, and I'm really grumbling now. Don't know if I'm gonna post this video. It's got a little bit of spores on the back. There we go. And they're slowly maturing. So when my Thailandicum arrived, I had the back leaves were covered. The back of the leaves were covered in spores. So what I've done, what the seller told me to brush it off and pot it. So I have got a lot of spores here. I don't know if they're gonna come out or not, or that they're coming out already, or this is mold or what. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. I mean, keeping this moist, keeping in a diffused light, and keeping it warm. Now, I will wipe this shelf actually. I'll give it a quick wipe in between the pots. Right. I have to say my back is killing because I'm trying to keep this camera in the right direction, the right angle. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a quick wipe there. There we go. That's a very lazy way of wiping. There we go. Put my plants back in and put my plants back up on the shelf. That was me. That noise was me blowing the water out of the crown. Now, I don't believe that the water being left in the crown can cause crown rot, because from the experience, I mean, when I water my vandas in a summer, for example, and the weather is hot, that water will, I just water them in a shower, and obviously I shower them and I wash them, so there's lots of water in the crown left. And what I found, it dries out very fast in the summer. And obviously you have to have a good ventilation in a room. But itself, water left in the crown does not cause a crown rot unless the orchid's health is already compromised. So if the orchid is weak, yes, it will attract all sorts of diseases, including crown rot. Okay, so it goes back in here. I should really wash this container as well. I don't know if you can see anything here. And that goes back on. I found the Alocasia frigidix to be really easy to grow, but this one, the irrigated one, is definitely one of the hardest ones. Now what I've got here, this is the remnants of my Pallidiflorum anthurium, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, a tiny little growth. Right, I had to kind of go because there was a knock to the door. There was a postman. Right, so that's my, as I was saying, it's got a little tiny growth popping already everywhere. So I will have a plant, but the idea is to have a bushy plant, because how it was growing, as you can tell, was just two little sticks and some leaves popping out of them. And I did not like the way it was growing, so I had to kind of chop off the tops of the I had to chop the tops of those two little stems, and I would like to, once they properly rooted, I'll put them in here. So I'll have four stems growing in one pot. Now my camera, the battery is quite low now, but what I want to do, I want to show you this really quickly. I have got my, what is this? This is my Iridius, but which one is it? I know this is Holesiana. However, this one is Yeah, the Alba one. And have put some lava rocks on the bottom, and I've got some sphagnum moss on top. So I'm gonna, because the roots looking very white, well, kind of silvery. So I'm gonna give it a quick drink. They do green up very, very fast. Quick drink and a little bit of drink of the feed. And again, I know you're not supposed to water the roots before you feed them. However, it dilutes the feed anyway. They will still absorb some feed because my orchids are not bare rooted, so the feed will still stay in the pot on the media. So in that respect, you know, they will still get the water. Now I'm gonna check this one and I'm gonna see if that needs watering. Now the main roots, they're dry. Are you dry? No, they're wet. They're looking wet as well. Some of them are looking dead. I might have to have a look. I might actually take it. This is gonna be my last one that I'm gonna do right now because my battery is completely dying. So this one I've had this little baby. I've put it together with this mama, although it's not a mama. I've had this for about a year and it's growing from a tiny little baby, tiny little Didi. When I bought it, I didn't expect it to be that small. It's gonna take another 100 years for it to grow and bloom. And now this one, let's have a look. Let's just unpot this. It's growing a little bit of, yeah, there is some root dieback. So that one is dead and it's already cracked here. So obviously it's not gonna send offshoot when it's cracked. Okay, I haven't got many roots, I have to say. That one is cracked as well, that will go. So this, by the way, so this is the roots. Those are the roots I've got on this Orchids, and that one is as well. So that one, the problem is with Orchids, obviously because it came from a seller, I think it's been imported from whatever they imported from, I think it's Thailand, and then went to the seller here in UK, and then obviously to me it's been grown in a different I'm gonna put that in here on top of the media and then just put some sphagnum moss in. So the roots have been grown mostly, I think, near, so they're not used to my media. They're not used to having sphagnum moss around them. They're not used to be contained in pots. But things with Orchids, they are a lot more forgiving than vandas, so they do grow roots a lot faster. I mean, you've seen my Orchids Lawrencii, and it's got roots all over the pot. And I have got also Orchids Forcata, which is actually soaking right now in the bucket in my bathroom, in my son's bathroom. And it's got flower spike and it's flowering. This is the second time it flowered. I think I've had it for about 2 years maybe, and it's flowering for me second time. First time I've had, I'm gonna try to put my little baby in here. First time I've had 2 flower spikes. Trying to get this thing off. I hate to stop having dirt in the middle of the crown. Okay, so yes, so first time it flowered for me with 2 spikes, and now it's 1 spike. Don't know why, possibly because I changed its location. I moved it from the office into the living room, mainly because I wanted to try it in the living room. It gets quite hot in my living room and humid as well because I've got humidifier there, and I do grow my aglaonemas there, which they do really well. I know it's different, completely genius. I know this is aglaonema and this is Orchids. However, I wanted to see if they're gonna do well, and it does grow well. The roots is growing. The roots are growing crazy. It's called Kiki, which has literally shoot up in size. But okay, I'm just gonna leave it like this. It doesn't need watering. Yeah, but it's definitely not flowering as good as when it was growing in the office. Now what I've got here are my Phragmipediums, and they do grow. My goodness, they've got some shoots here. Don't know if I can squeeze it out. Can I just get you? No, I can't. I thought I can zoom it, but I can't. Okay, so they do all sending shoots. So I think they do like, and I've got flower spike in one. What? Actually, which one is it? Is it flower spike or am I talking porcupines? Oh, I need to see it. My Paphiopedilum microcupovich, which I had for about 7 years. So this one was, I remember I think, no, it was about 7 years. I was literally just getting, well, I was growing orchids, but I was getting into different genuses of orchids. So I was getting into Paphiopedilums. And I loved the ones with a very, very long petals. Oh my God, or sepals rather, not petals, sorry. And I wanted to, I found a photo of Paphiopedilum sanderianum and I fell in love. And I couldn't find it anywhere, literally anywhere on the internet. So what I found next best thing, which was microcupovich, because obviously that's a cross with sanderianum. And I bought it, and I got it from, I'm gonna give it a quick drink. I got it from Germany, from a seller in Germany. We were still in EU, so my goodness, the choice, you know, but even with being in EU, there was not, I couldn't find any other Paphiopedilums with, you know, those long curly sepals. And I got it as a tiny little baby, and I mean talking seedling, like with, it arrived with almost no roots. And now, there we go, it's growing, and it has got a little tiny baby as well, here. So I'm hoping maybe another, I don't know, because it's been growing 7 years now. I did try to kill it a few times when I was going through my different stages, you know, of my moods and stuff and mental health, but it did manage to, you know, still stay alive in my care, or maybe lack of care. So what is this one? I think this is a flower. Do we have a flower here? Is this a flower? Is this a flower? Kind of look like a flower. It doesn't look like a leaf coming out from the, yes, it's a flower. So it's a flower, and it's got little growth as well. And this is Pragmipedium Zapatilla de la Virgin. So that's Pragmipedium humboldtii crossed with Pragmipedium varsevicianum. Wow, so this one's gonna be a gorgeous one. By the way, that one needs watering. Ooh, okay, so I'm gonna, oops, there we go. That's the way you handle orchids. So I'll give it a quick drink. I'll put it. I used to be scared growing Pragmipediums because I've heard they need this, you know, crystal clear water with almost pure water, ideal, what you call them, temperatures and humidity. But no, this one, although this one, I'm just checking the foliage, just looks quite wrinkly. I don't know if this is what they look like originally. I don't think so, but I think it's quite healthy because it's got a good root system, I think. Yes, it's got roots here. Oh my goodness, look at those roots. So I think it's pretty well hydrated. I think maybe it was too hot for it there, although I don't know. I don't know why they kind of wrinkled those leaves. They kind of got this weird texture. I don't know. Maybe this is how they grow. No idea. So yes, so I got my first Pragmipedium, I think it was 6 years ago. And it was Pragmipedium humboldtii. And I was growing it. And it was gorgeous. It was growing, and I didn't give it any pure water. I didn't give you RO water. It was just growing, and I was watering with water from my tap. I was growing in my grow tent because I used to have a grow tent as well in my house previously, and I did like this grow tent actually because all my orchids were contained in one place, and the growing area was just that, you know, I could just keep my mess there. It's quite hard to grow them spread out all over the house. However, yeah, we moved the houses and my grow tent did not fit in any of the rooms, apart from living room, I think, which obviously I'm not gonna have a grow tent in a living room. I mean, people think already I'm crazy, but you know, I think I would ended up in a straitjacket if I put my grow tent in the living room. They're very judgmental. Anyway, so I'm gonna end on this note. So it looks like this is a flower spike, and I'm hoping it will develop. I'm hoping it's not just gonna blast. I don't know whether they blast with primipediums. I don't know, because I'm flowering it the first time. This is my first primipedium that might actually flower. Right, so I'm gonna finish on this note, and I'm sorry for the rambling video. I'm sorry for a very unorganized video. But yeah, if you stayed for that long, that means you enjoyed it. I will definitely be doing more of those. So if you don't like those kind of videos, then if you see them on my channel, then just you can always skip it. But I will definitely be doing more of those. And I'm sure they will get better with time once I get used to the idea of carrying the GoPro on my chest and not to swing it about and give everyone a sickness motion. Anyway, thanks very much for joining in, and thanks for watching. Bye!